early February, you think that it just seems a little bit off. So I wanted to ask you about that game. If the playoffs started today, that would be a playoff matchup. Do you go into a game like this thinking about that, or is it still too early?
No, it's more of it's a game against obviously one of our rivals in their building in the regular season. So I don't think you really want to build it up more than it is. It's no more important than playing Bridgeport on Sunday. It's just the fact that we got to try to play our best game and focus on making sure we're ready to go.
And the winner's in first place in the division.
Yeah, but that could also change. I mean, I think when you get into that, even early in the year, there was a lot made of, Hershey's in first and we're in first, and we were in first the first part of the season, and they've been in first now. It's a tight race. It's probably going to go down to the wire. So, yeah, it's nice to sit in first place for 24, 72 hours or a week or two, but for us, it's not so much about that. It's, like I said, it's one game in the regular season that is no more important than any other game.
Every game you've played, I think every game pretty much, except the first one against Hershey, very close, decided late. Do you go into a game like tomorrow expecting more of that? Do you have to remind the guys of that?
Yeah, for sure. We know it's going to be 60 minutes. We know, they're a real good team. They're playing some real quality hockey. They're a good team, and most of our games this year have been very, very competitive against those guys. So, we know it's not going to be easy, but we got to make sure we got our hard hats on for 60 minutes.
Why do you think that is? Do you think it's a style of play thing, or is it an intensity thing? Or
I think it's really a combination. When you look at both teams, there's quality depth on both teams. I think you look at the makeup of both teams. They play hard. There's a lot of players on each team that are tough to play against, and I think that the Hershey Wilkes-Barre rivalry, brings out that competitiveness. And I think it's really a lot also is because you play the same team so many times that there's some. Both teams understand the importance of the games too.
Do you think it's important at all that you have won one down there fairly recently, 2 trips ago? Because before that you had that long stretch where you hadn't won in that building.
Yeah, I think it's nice that, anytime you haven't won somewhere in a while, it's nice to be able to get the monkey off your back. But for us, our focus can't be on that game. We have to take some of the positives out of it. But again, we haven't played them in a while, so it's different when you're playing them 2-3 times in a month. In that third game, you're in there. We have to make sure that we're really up to date on if there's any changes they've done, and make sure that we remind ourselves the type of game we need to play to have success.